Hi Bruna, here I am with another of your animations. Great to see the great work. Okay, so let's have a look. You mentioned that that was by far the hardest assignment. Yeah, I know the turnaround it can be tricky. So yeah, just a few notes. Okay, first pose, great. So let's start from the beginning. From the beginning, see here you want to lift this foot, therefore you need to shift the weight over this leg first. So here, what I see the drawing that I did, you need to make the anticipation first so that the character moves this leg, over this leg. That way, the weight shifts onto this leg. That way, he can lift this foot. So it would be more or less something like this. So pretty much just move the body to the left so the weight is over the other leg. Also, be careful here, you are lifting up the heel here. Just make sure that the foot is planted on the ground, because here right now you can see how the heel, the body is lifting up. So just check that out and make sure that it's flat on the ground, that is actually supported on the floor, that you are not having that odd lifting out of no reason. Just probably a small mistake that easily fixed. So yeah, that's the first thing. So here you will have this pose, as I said, the anticipation. Then you will move this foot, you will move this foot to this position, turning around the body and everything. And so he's planting the foot around this moment. So by this moment, pretty much the body would be still over the other leg, maybe not that much as in the anticipation, but somewhere in the middle, where we could see that the weight starts to shift over the leg that is gonna place next, which is this one. And then as you have it, boom, so this would be more something like, yeah, if you have this, more, yeah, kind of the other leg would be around here. So it would be something like this. The other leg would come out from here. So you would have this pose here, then placing the foot here, and then as you are placing this foot here, then you have free room to shift the weight onto this foot, because you are planting this foot. So now the body can shift the weight onto this leg and lift the back foot. So as you have it, but as I draw it, then you will lift the other foot, shifting the weight. Great. This part is good. Just be careful here, the foot is moving. Just make sure that when a foot is planted, that it's not moving. Just check the curves so that it's flat on the ground, it's not sliding, because otherwise you lose the sense of weight in the character. Also see how it's intersecting, going inside the floor for a bit. And then finally, this is good. And then see, as he's changing the weight onto this leg, see how you want to move this foot. So if you want to move this foot first, you need to shift the weight onto this leg first. So before lifting this foot, you need to move the weight over this leg. Sorry for the drawing and with the mouse. And so that way the weight is shifted onto this leg and he can have freedom to move this other foot and move it, even if it's slightly, you first need to shift the weight onto the other leg. And finally, as you see here, the character stops the movement quite a bit sharp. So as you have it here, as I draw here, you would have the weight onto over this leg. then you would have this leg changing the position, and then after just change the position, the weight, the character's body would still be a bit more to the right, and as he plants this foot, the character can shift a bit of the weight over this leg, therefore you can move it a bit to the left, and then more or less, and at frame 40 you would have this final pose as you have it here. But first you would have this anticipation where the character is shifting the weight onto this leg, then planting the foot this moment, and after frame 34 you would have the settle where the character's body ends the movement, finishing to move to the left. I hope that was clear. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But yeah, keep up the good work. Really happy to see all your animations, and until the next one. Hi again. Sorry, one more thing that I forgot to mention. Seeing the turnaround, you don't have much, well, if at all, hip rotation on the as he plants one foot. So remember, if you have the anticipation here, as I draw, you would have to rotate the body so that the weight is on this leg, therefore pushing that side of the body up and the other side down. And then as he plants this leg, this would push this side of the body up and this side of the body down, rotating it this way a little bit, so we feel the weight of this leg, of this part of the leg, pushing that side of the body up. And then the same here, as he pushes the body, he plants this foot, and so the weight is onto this leg, it would push this side of the body up, rotating it this way a little bit. And then finally you would have it kind of like this, a bit of angle on the body, and then finally as he plants this leg, it would even out the body at the end of the animation. But yeah, just make sure that you also involve the rotations of the body according to where each leg is planted. And so right after the character plants one foot, that side of the body is going up to sell the weight of the character.